made it to the World Cup final, but of course they are still over in Qatar. It's the battle for the bronze medal. Who's going to come out on top? Will it be Croatia? Or will it be the dark horses, Morocco? We're going to take a look at that and more next. That's right, folks. Bambles Game, another prediction video. Today we're taking a look at the third place playoff. The unluckiest game in football, of course. You were so close to a World Cup final, but now you've got to settle for this. You've got to pick yourselves up again and go one more time to get some bit of bling to take home with you, of course. But who will it be? Will it be Europe? Will it be Africa? We're going to take a look at it in a second. Of course, people shout them on VIPs. There are the pictures. If you're new, where you been? Smash your subscribe button back. All things World Cup third place related, Blackburn Rose related, World Cup itself related. We're going to all hear, boys, under one rooski. But anyway, let's jump in the deep end and tell you what we're talking about. We're talking about this. It is, of course, the World Cup third place playoff between Croatia and Morocco. Coming at the Khalifa International Stadium. That's right. Al Jassim Abdulrahman Ibrahim is your referee this time out. And of course, it looks like it could it be the final games for either of these two coaches. They've done fantastic to get to the stage. Unlucky for Croatia. They are so close to making back-to-back finals. And unlucky for Morocco. They could have had the fairy tale ending, but unfortunately, no. They have to settle for this. Now, of course, Croatia coming to, of course, as UEFA Group winners. They qualified way back in 14th November 2021. 6 tournaments in the past. 2018 was their last 3 tournaments in a row. They were runners-up in 2018. Unfortunately, they cannot top that now. They're going to settle, hopefully, for the third place playoff and see if they can get themselves a bronze medal in the process. Lato Dalic, though, is your manager. The VIP still is Luka Modric. And the rumour has it he will continue playing for Croatia after this tournament. 7-4 on to qualify at the start. They qualified for sure, and of course 50-1 to lift it at the end. But of course that is now dead in the water. This is how their journey throughout the World Cup so far. They kicked off way back in November 16th in a friendly against Saudi Arabia. They won that game. They did not concede a goal. In fact, they only conceded 1 goal in the opening 4 matches. Well, in the opening 3 games, of course. Drawing Morocco in the first game, of course, it is a repeat of that match. Then they picked up a 4-1 win over Canada, drawing with Belgium, knocking out one of the heavyweights at the start of the competition. Then they knocked out Japan and Brazil in the penalties, of course. They did a fantastic job there. 1-1 on the night, but 4-2 and 3-1 respectively on the penalties. They did get spanked by Argentina. Some say it's set up, some say it's fixed, some say it's rigged, but unfortunately it's the way it is right now. Croatia, though, do take on Morocco here in the third place playoff. They did come in second behind Morocco. So look at the goal scorers then. The goal scorers, this is where they've lacked throughout the tournament. The defence and midfield has been top draw, but of course put the ball back in the net has been the major problem. Karamatch with a couple of goals is their top scorer. Pekovic, Livata, Perisic and Meja all with goals, but not really multiple goals. So it's something they need to build on for Euro 2024 and, of course, World Cup 2026. This is the lineup I'm going to go with. You might not get this lineup. You might get a fringe lineup. Some players who have not played in the World Cup so far. This is a chance for them to get some minutes here. But this is the strongest 11 I think that would take place. But it depends how serious Croatia take this. Do they see this as a pinnacle and, of course, can maybe get a bronze medal, or will they just play the reserves and bring on some of the big boys in the end? Because it's been a long old tournament for these guys, so I don't anticipate a full strength side like this, but this is what you can expect if they really want to go for it. Meanwhile, Morocco coming to this, of course, tails up, happy to be here, and a great opportunity for them to walk away with a bit of a bling, a bit of a statement, and of course show the likes of Senegal, Ivory Coast, Nigeria, Cameroon that these guys are contenders for future African honours here. Qualifies third round winners way back when, 29th of March 2022, 6 tournaments in the past. 2018 was the last, a streak of 2 in a row. Best of before this was round of 16 back in 1986. Ragararu is your manager. The VIP is Enesri, believe it or not. Well, it could be Hakim Yakimi. Of course, all the names now. Amabat have all been fantastic. They've all been stellar, might I add. 2-1 to qualify, 200-1 to win it at the start, of course. These are the goal scorers, though, so far for them this campaign. Nesri with a couple of goals there. Abugal Sace, Hakim Ziyech as well, all with goals as they try to do the unthinkable here. They did qualify as Group F winners over the likes of Croatia, Belgium and Canada. They opened up with a 0-0 draw. Croatia did beat Belgium comfortably and did concede 1 goal against Canada. After that, a blank against Spain, a blank against Portugal, but unfortunately they were found out against the French. A difficult run-in, and of course when you look at it, that is probably the most difficult run-ins of all teams to get to the semi-finals. This is the team that are coming at you right now that you can expect, but I don't know. I really don't know if they're going to go guns blazing here. They might. I think they're more likely to go full strength for this game, because it means so much not only for the nation of Morocco but also for the continent of Africa. To come third in the World Cup will be talked about for centuries. Well, hopefully not centuries, but for decades. Centuries. Hopefully they'll win a World Cup by then. But anyway, these are pioneers. These are benchmarks for future African nations at World Cups to follow, to get to semi-finals, to compete for the final 2 spots. But well done for Morocco getting to the stage, and well done to these core players. Fantastic stuff. You might not see Sace, of course. He was injured. He's been injured he's like a warrior. Been trucking on through the past couple of games, realistically, when he should not have been playing. So I doubt he'll see him play. But of course, I do think they will go more full strength than that of Croatia. Anyway, of course, take a look at the recent run events. They played each other just the one time. We'll talk about that shortly. It was at this World Cup. 67% form for Croatia. Just 1 defeat past 6. Up against, of course, Morocco. 75% form for them. Just 1 defeat past 6 as well. Of course, it was a 0-0 draw way back in the 23rd of November. And it was, of course, in Group F at this World Cup. Of course, I did put a vote out there, and the vote says like this: going in favour of Morocco, 60% to 40%. Nearly 900 people have voted for that one, so it does mean something for these nations and for the watching world on this one. But for me, I'm going to go with a cheeky 2-1 win for Morocco. I just think it means more to them than it does to Croatia. I'm not saying Croatia don't give a shit about this game. Of course they do. They want to come away with the bronze medal. I just think both sides are going to come into this a little bit dejected from that semi-final defeat. But I think Morocco have the character, have the mentality to bounce back at the first attempt and go and get this bronze medal for them, for the country, and for, of course, the continent of Africa. That's my take on it, guys. Let me know your thoughts and opinions down below. I look forward to seeing what you think about that and more. Until then, guys, we're done right now.